In this video, we're going to look at how to deal with different versions of the same project. Say, for example, we have a necessity to sort of freeze the design at one stage because perhaps we've issued to the customer, we're waiting for comments, and when we then implement the comments, we want to be able to track those comments to demonstrate that we've implemented on a new version of the design. So we have this power steering pump XFMEA, and we're not going to confine the changes just to the XFMEA, but we want to extend it to the project, so other elements as well. So for example, it could be the risk discovery. So what we're going to do, we're going to look at two functionality. We're going to look at the history log, which will keep track of the changes, and we're going to look at how to create a restore point. So we start with that. We're going to create a restore point and say we're going to call this version A. So we're going to freeze the design at this stage. And that creates a specific version of our project, so not just the XFMEA, but our project at version A. Okay, and now we're going to activate the history log. By default, the history log is switched off, and so we just activate. And by doing that, it opens up a window with a little warning that the performance will degrade. The system may become a little bit slower as the information gradually gets added, and that will also lead to an increase in file size. But on a positive side, it will apply a timestamp history to most of the insert, update, and delete operation within a project. So we click OK, happy with that. And now we can make some changes. So we're going to make some changes. Say, for example, we're going to remove this item, which hasn't got an XFMEA. So we click OK, and then perhaps we go on to the risk discovery, and we decide to remove this supply capability as not an issue, and that is removed. So we can now go to history and track those changes. And indeed, the first thing we did was to delete the rotor and vane system, and the second one instead was concerning the risk discovery and the supply capability, which was an issue. It was a yes, labeled yes, now it's no. And we can archive as the item gradually increase along the list. We can archive this information on a week, 2 weeks, keep the last 30 days, and so on. So we made some changes. Now we deactivate this change log and we clear all the log. And now we want to freeze this new version of the design at version B. So we create a version B of the design. Okay, so we got our versions, and we can just check. So we got version A created at 17.11 and a version B created 17.13. So obviously now we are working on version B, but for whatever reason we want to recover version A, and therefore we can just create an adjacent project. So we click OK. Okay, and that creates a copy, but at what the project looked like at version A. And in fact, we should be having the extra item here, the rotor and vane system, indeed, as we have. And the same thing concerned the risk discovery, where we had supply capability was an issue. At the version B instead we removed. So we can see how this simple functionality, this combination of restore points and the history log, can help to keep track of different versions of the project. And that's it.